All right, hello and welcome into the show, everyone. I am Preston Poole. That is Tyler Adams. This is Unadvised here on the Sports Animal YouTube and on our very own X account at Unadvised Pod. We're trying to get back on Facebook. We'll hopefully get that done in the coming days. Big show today. Lots to talk about. We got football. We've got college hoops that I know T-Bag was dialed into last night here in the state of Oklahoma.
Oh, I was opposite. This didn't happen.
Yeah, we can have a rant about that here in a little bit. And everyone in Oklahoma City can, blow a sigh of relief because the Oklahoma City Thunder took down the big bad Spurs last night in Paycom Center. Before we get to all that, T-Bag, how are you doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
The Chicago Bears are in mid-January and still playing football. It's a good day to be alive, Preston.
Football season, I thought, ended a couple months ago. Who cares about football? It's a stupid sport anyways, and that's how I feel right now. I've been burned recently, so.
Yeah, better days are ahead. Better days are ahead. You're getting a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert will hopefully have a healthy offensive line next season.
And we both know that is not going to happen. Yeah, we both know
Jim Harbaugh's in charge. You have to remember Jim Harbaugh's in charge.
Yeah.
It took him a second to get Michigan going.
No, I think they'll get it going, and thank God Greg Roman is gone because that was infuriating to watch Sunday night.
The Chargers are my lock of the week. Yeah.
They were my lock of my lifetime.
I was about to text you before the game, but then I was like, because I don't want to think I'm like trying to jinx him or anything.
Yeah. No, I went into that game fully knowing what was going to happen, and it happened right in front of my face, and I was still pissed off. So it is what it is. It's a story that I've read, my whole entire life, and that includes with Oklahoma football as well. I'm 0-2 in playoff games. Like I tweeted after that Chargers game, I'm just a loser. I got to face reality.
Yeah, you haven't won a playoff game in a long time.
Yeah, I'm a loser, a big fat loser, and you know what? I'll face that reality.
Look, but here's the thing, Preston. So, you root for a team, though, that gets to the playoffs a lot. Both football teams that you root for get to the playoffs a lot.
They just don't win.
So, yeah. I root for football teams that don't. Now, this year is an exception, obviously, but I've been rooting for playoff teams that don't get to playoffs. But am I more of a winner in that sense? Because I'm winning and not getting there?
You're a perpetual loser that is now winning at this.
Somehow, some way. Once again, the Chicago Bears have done it. I don't want to get off this roller coaster that I'm currently on. I've really fallen in love with the NFL, with the Bears. And obviously that's because they keep winning.
Yeah.
And it's me obviously not being a bandwagon because I've been a Bears fan for quite some time now. And I mean, Preston, you were probably doing radio with me whenever I was like, Justin Fields is the guy going forward.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way about it.
Those summer shows that we did on the weekends, 100%.
I'd be lying to say if I didn't kind of take a step back and not care as much anymore because I was just morally beaten by this franchise over and over and over. Like, after the 2018, from 2019 to 2024 was bad, man. Like, the best season was going to the playoffs as a 7 seed and Mitch Trubisky winning the Nickelodeon Valuable Player Award. Like, that was like the biggest highlight I've had in quite some time. And this season, I just don't want it to ever end because I think the Bears have such a bright future ahead. I think Ben Johnson, Ben Johnson is clearly the guy. Caleb Williams, he still has some flaws, but boy, I mean, week 2, I was like, hey, I just don't think I don't know if this is going to work after when they started 0-2. And here we are, where it's like, our biggest complaint is his completion percentage. But when the fourth quarter comes on, he's the best quarterback in the league. It's not even close. Now, yes, the other 60 minutes a game, the other 53 minutes, he needs to be better. But the last 7 minutes of a game, he's as good as any quarterback in the league. I mean, he's that 4th and 8 throw. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just, oh my God. And I just, man, like, I don't want this season to end because, but back to my point. Because I think the Bears have so much fun so much fun ahead. Like, I think that we're about to go through a really fun run here. But it's not going to be this fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this fun. Just the way this team is finding ways to win. And we've seen it before, and I know people have brought it up to me already. People brought up on the Morning Animals. It's not a recipe for success to win. It's like, all right.
Who cares as long as you score more points than the other team?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm not worried about that. Like, if it catches up to him, it catches up to him. I still believe in the future going forward compared to this time last year. I was like, everything sucks. Everything's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to happen. So I don't care because this has just been the funnest ride I think I've ever been on. I don't want to say that because if I'm to rate my teams, it's probably OSU 1A, Thunder 1B. Like, it's neck and neck with OSU and the Thunder. Like, I care about both passionate, pretty equally. I love both my children right there. And then it's Bears. Like, Bears are number 3. Like, I'm very open about that. Bears are my third team. So I don't want to say it's like as fun as what the Thunder run was last season or what the 2021 OSU football team was my senior year. But this season, man, like, the way the Bears are finding ways to win and the magic is just I just don't want this to end. I don't ever.
Well, now when you think about it, it's like going forward, there are going to be those expectations, right, that are going to be set on this team. Because right now, I mean, there's not really. I mean, I guess there are expectations, right? So, the expectation is like get to the playoffs, but now you've won a playoff game. You beat your rival Packers, at home on your own field. The expectations going into next year are going to be crazy.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. I mean, Packers, the meltdown, Preston, of these Packers fans. I mean, they're melting down on our Johnny's Tropical Boiler Text Nation line.
It was so funny, too, because, like, well, that was y'all's Super Bowl. It's like, well, this is the playoffs, dude. Like, you can't call it the – like, okay, I can get down. I think Big Cat from Barstool even said this earlier in the week. It's like you can get down with in the regular season winning. You win a game, and all the Bears fans are going crazy, and the Packers fans can probably get away with saying, well, like, that was y'all's Super Bowl. But that doesn't work. It don't work that way in the playoffs. Like, that's win or go home, and you lost, and now your ass is headed home.
The Packers, I mean, they're not confident right now like the Bears are. They know that's what the thing. They know these aren't the same old Bears that they've been pooping on forever. These are not the same old Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson has come and R.I.P. Virginia McCaskey. But ever since George has kind of gotten, it doesn't need mama's approval on everything. He's open. He's proven he's not like, hey, I'm not totally incompetent as an owner.
Yeah.
And he's getting more involved with the fan base. You can tell that he was, maybe taking a step back because mama wanted things a certain way. Virginia wanted things a certain way. And now that she's no longer with us, he's become a lot more of like, let them cuss. Like, let's post videos of our coach saying F the Packers. Like, let's do that. Yeah. Virginia would have never. He opened up the checkbook for Ben Johnson to come. And so maybe just tides shifting, and that's probably just me being a winner. And right now, and whenever they start losing again, I'll be like, McCaskies have no idea what the hell they're doing. But it just feels like Ben Johnson's coming in just like, hey, just let me do this, and we're gonna win. We're gonna have fun along the way, and they're letting him do that. And like the F the Packers video, which Packers fans are just melting down over. But when Aaron Rodgers yelled at an entire crowd, I still bleep and own y'all. That was the greatest thing ever. But God forbid Ben Johnson after a playoff win, was like, yeah, I hate our rival, F them. God forbid. God, they're crybaby losers, and I love it. That's the thing. We can talk about Cowboys fans. Packers fans are the worst, but people just like, it's little old Green Bay. No, they're the worst. They are the worst fan base out there.
I think there's a lot of fan bases that you and I could probably throw into that category. So
yeah.
But how are we feeling about the Rams this weekend? Rams look beatable. I mean, the Panthers took them to the brink.
If I had to bet my life on who's going to win this game, I'm going to say the Rams. But, like, I'm going in with, like, hey, as long as it's within 15 to 16 points, as long as it's within 2 possessions, 16 points with 5 minutes to play, this team is alive.
Yeah.
Like, that is a fact that we have seen this. I was at one of the games. Like, I saw it with my own eyes in person. Like, they have done it time and time again. And so, like, it's – I don't know. Like, am I feeling great? Like, yeah, I think the Rams are going to win. But, like, I'm not feeling bad about my chances whatsoever. Like, I'm like, no. Yeah. Like, this team is just finding ways to win. And maybe they are just a team of destiny. Like, maybe they are. They might lose, they might get humbled this week. I'm not putting that, I'm not saying they can't. The defense is flawed. But it is going to be bear weather.
Yeah.
It is going to be bear weather. And this team plays their best in bear weather. Cold, windy, bring it on.
And them California boys coming to Chicago and experiencing winter. Now, on July 30th, when we have a conversation about what's going to happen next year, and I bring up the fact that teams that always win these close games the year before, that always seems to go the other way the next season. Are you going to let that seep into your mind? Or are you not going to be distracted by that fact?
I'm going to let it seep into my mind, of course. I'm not worried about that right now. Not worried about that. That's the problem for July 30th when he asked me that question.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I will say, though, this one feels kind of different because they're so ahead. Look, are they going to be the 2 seed next season? Like, no, they very well, could go 9-8, miss play. But Caleb Williams, the whole point of this season was Caleb Williams. I said it's all Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is the guy. Like, it's official. He's the guy.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson is a guy, head coach. And this defense has been so pathetically bad. If they just fix it, maybe don't even have to like worry about the close games next year. Maybe they kind of, it could be a 10-7 season. They barely miss the playoffs with their 7 seed. Sure. But like, I would take that as a down year. I've had some pretty bad down years over the last few years. I would take a, 9-8, 10-7 down year in year 2 for a head coach.
Football hasn't been pleasant to you the last couple of years. So at least you're finally getting some joy from the game that we all love. What are your thoughts on the other matchup in the NFC, the Seahawks and the 49ers? We saw this game a couple of weeks ago. The Seahawks won that one. What are your thoughts?
What is 7.5 point spread? Is it still?
I got Seattle at 7 right now.
7? Okay, so I would take the Niners. And look, I know Seattle just went in there and beat them soundly in Santa Clara 2 weeks ago. I know that. NFC divisional round, NFC division opponent, 7's a lot of points for a Kyle Shanahan team. And I know they're beat up, but they just keep doing it. It doesn't matter if they just keep doing it.
Does the electromagnetical field play any part in your mind here?
Well, I mean, they made it to 2 Super Bowls with it. So
and the Super Bowl's there this year as well.
True. They haven't won a Super Bowl, but they've made it to 2. And so you have to win the NFC to make it 2, and they're still in the NFC playoffs. So no, not playing much of a factor for me this week, but if they do make the Super Bowl, it's something to keep my eye on.
Yeah. I would probably take Niners plus the 7, but I would pick the Seahawks to win that game. I think it'll be a close one.
I think Seahawks are going to win, but that's 7. I mean, dude, that's a lot.
That is a lot, especially in NFL in the playoffs and in the second round at that. So in the AFC, you've got the Patriots and the Texans in New England. The Patriots are 3-point favorites in that one. Texans defense is really good. The Patriots defense is good. I don't know if they're as good as the Texans defense, and it just feels like it's too youngish. Well, can we still call CJ Stroud a young quarterback?
3 years, 3 playoff wins. He knows it. I mean,
I wasn't fully inspired by Drake May against the Chargers on Sunday nights. He had those, 2 or 3 turnovers. If you do that against a team like the Texans, you're probably not going to win that game.
I'm taking the Texans straight up. I'm going to lock the Texans. I think they're going to win this game outright. I think the Texans could win the AFC.
No,
I put a bet on them in November at 14-1. Might have been after that Jags game when they came out to beat the Jags. Is whenever I placed it. But when you got a defense like that, and CJ Stroud, he struggles, but he can do it. We've seen him do it. We've seen him have moments.
I mean, he struggled last week, and the
AFC isn't daunting. AFC is not daunting. So I think the winner of Broncos. We'll talk about it. I think the winner of Broncos Bills is going to the Super Bowl. But I think Texas win this game outright. I do. I think they're the better football team.
I
Their
do as
defense,
well.
man, is
Yeah.
crazy.
They are crazy good. Let's talk about Broncos Bills. This screams Bills to me. The Bills started as a favorite in this one. Now Denver's a 1.5 point favorite. I don't believe in Bo Nix. I do believe in the Denver defense, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen is on the Buffalo Bills, and I think he's due. I think it's his time.
I hope, man. I mean, obviously, if the Bears get to the Super Bowl, don't. I am kind of nervous about a Bills Bears Super Bowl because it's like the meme, where they're crying, shooting the gun. It's like I don't want to do this, and also I don't want to kill you guys, and also if you kill me, I want to be happy that Buffalo won a Super Bowl. I don't want to be sad that Buffalo won a Super Bowl. So look, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Bears got to win this weekend.
Yeah.
Bills still got to go, but this is a thought that's crossed my mind. It's like I don't want Bears Bills. I don't want that because that would just crush me. Yeah, Josh Allen, man. I mean, he just put it on. If he can put on the Superman cape, which he has,
yeah,
he can beat them.
I mean, he's the best quarterback left in the playoffs.
Not even close.
Stafford is
has
there, but I still would put him behind Josh Allen.
Yeah, Stafford's just more he's not super. He's more gonna kill you by 1,000 cuts. Josh Allen's is gonna dagger you after dagger.
Like the 10-yard touchdown the other day. That was crazy.
I'm with you though. I like the Bills. I do like the Bills just because of Josh Allen. And I'm rooting for him. For him.
You can call me a hater on the Broncos since they're a rival of my favorite team, but I truly I don't think Bo Nix is as good as what the media and everyone else makes him out to be. I think he just has a very, very, very good defense there in Denver.
So I have 2 Super Bowl bets. One I took in season, the Texans, and then one I took preseason just because odds were astronomical. I got the Broncos at 33-1 before the season, which I thought was nuts because I feel like we were kind of talking about them as a Super Bowl team during the offseason. When I say we, just society, football society. So it is not going to be a nice consolation prize if the Broncos win this. Broncos and Texans, that'd be nice because then I can just hope I win money.
Yeah, you'll at least have a shot at it, right? So
I also have Miami plus 10-1 to win the national championship. So I'm doing good on my futures. Doing good.
Need to get with you to play some futures then.
Well, the Miami one I just took in September after the Notre Dame game because that's a team that can win a national championship.
Yeah,
and I got it 10-1 instead of waiting until they lost Louisville or something. But no, Miami's still gonna be because I could probably got 30-1. So not really the most impressive bet in the world.
Okay, let's switch over to the NBA where the Oklahoma City Thunder took on the San Antonio Spurs last night, beat them by 21 points, scored a whopping 40 points in the third quarter. And I thought in the first quarter it was kind of back and forth. It was a great basketball game, start to finish, I think, between two teams that would be fun to watch play in the playoffs because it's very clear that they don't like each other. Yeah. The players can say whatever they want. I do think that
Shea got a technical. That should say it all right. And Mark.
His second technical of his career for Shea last night. And the Thunder players and stuff can say this isn't a rivalry and stuff like that, but it's building to that point. I don't think at this point it's necessarily a rivalry because the Spurs haven't really done anything outside of 3 regular season wins against the Thunder, but it's definitely building to that point. And last night, Victor Wembanyama, I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't have to peel the guy off the floor last night in Paycom Center after the game.
He's kids. Parents, keep the microphone on. This is an important lesson for the children out there. He's a bitch, dude. He sucks. Before the game, so we can talk about the flopping and stuff. And Matt Pinto was great last night. I heard all the clips y'all put in there. We love Salty Pinto. Thank you for that. Before the game, so I saw this you'll know what I'm talking about here in a second. I saw this on social media, but I noticed something before the game. When Rumble was bringing his drum out there for the pre-game clap, Wemby was joking with his teammates. He goes, "They're mocking us." And I saw him say, "They're mocking us," while he was doing this. because they have that Spurs, which is a direct ripoff of the Vikings, which is a direct ripoff of Iceland, their soccer chant.
Yeah.
So he's just ripping people,
It's not an original idea.
So he was like literally was like they're mocking us. Like he was telling his teammates, look, they're mocking us. If you've ever played a game in Oklahoma City, which I know for a fact that was not their first game in Oklahoma City because they did it on Christmas. 3 weeks ago. They've done it every single year since game 1 in 2008. And then obviously, Legion Hoops and Brick Center and all these, aggregator Twitter accounts were just putting it out there, Thunder mocking Spurs and stuff. Like, no. But Wemby, full on, you could see him being like, hey, trying to motivate his guys, look, they're mocking us. I saw that, and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, that's just a clear advantage of him being like, everything's about me. And, yeah, he's like, I'm so much smarter than I just kept thinking in my mind, I was like, he probably has said in his mind, dumb hick, so many times to our crowd because he's just a pompous bitch.
He's French. So, yeah. But he had, 17 points last night. It was 7 of 15 from the field. Only one block. Shea had more blocks than Wemby last night. The Thunder were on a block party last night. How many did they have last night? They had 11 blocks as a team last night. Shea had 4 of those. It's not often you get your star guard having more blocks than your star center who's known for blocking shots.
Shout out J Will too. Shout out J Will. Total energy guy that when he came in last night.
Really since he's got back, right? And it feels like this is what that team missed whenever he was out. And I can't even for the life of me remember the last game that he was healthy for the Thunder. But it seems like since he's came back, the team has played a little bit differently. They've played with a little bit more of an edge, especially defensively, which we saw last night, especially in the second half. That's a guy that they need to do those things.
I mean, it just shout out Kenny Hustle too. Shout out Kenny Hustle.
He's been good the last handful of games.
Yeah, as well. And he was getting in Wemby's head last night, big time. And
I feel like awesome. That's all that they need is just someone to get into Wemby's head because at this point, I don't think Wemby has truly developed that superstar part of his game where you don't really let too many guys affect you. You go out and you watch Shea. Shea's not going to let too many guys affect him outside of last night with Stephon Castle. You look at guys I guess Luka lets a lot of people affect him because he gets into arguments with fans and stuff all the times. But there's a lot of guys out there that don't let that stuff affect him, and it feels like Wemby eats into all the outside stuff involving games like this.
Oh yeah.
Which is fine if that's how he wants to get his fire and stuff to go out and play, but it seems a little weird to me.
Do you see what Shea yelled at Stephon Castle too?
I could read his lips. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We don't need to read it. We would quite literally be fired from our jobs if we did.
Yeah.
But it was very, I don't want to say uncharacteristic of Shea, because I'm sure he's done that 1,000 times in his basketball career, but not really a whole lot in the last few years.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he probably does stuff like that more in closed gyms than he does in
open gyms,
but he made a very personal attacking yell, calling someone not bleep something else.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
And I thought it was kind of weak giving the double text to him and Castle.
It was
last
weak.
Night
it was
because
weak. I think they're going at it pretty hard.
Yeah, they were just pushing each other a little bit. I don't think
Vince leading up to it was weak though. The fact that Shea's
I bet both of those get rescinded, to be honest with you, if they haven't already.
Shea's probably really that's. I got to make a cooler tech now. That can't be one of my future. I got to punch someone.
Yeah, got to do that. But the Thunder have righted the ship, so to speak. They've got a big matchup tomorrow night with the Houston Rockets. We all know how that ended last time, double overtime, first game of the season. Now, the Rockets have been kind of on a little bit of a skid recently. They did win last night. I forget who they were playing, but they won last night. But it feels like the Thunder are back on track, and they're not spinning out of control like they were the last, month or so.
Yeah. We're back, baby.
And I told
back on.
Yeah, I told Sam when was it they went to OT and won? That was Memphis, right?
like a week ago. No, was that was Utah?
That was Utah. At that point, I said to Sam Humphries on our show last Saturday, I was like, that feels like a moment where things kind of change for the Thunder. And ever since then, it's kind of felt
Yeah.
like things have changed mentally for them to
Well,
where they're a little bit more locked in on defense. It's like they're still not hitting a bunch of their shots. You know, they have at least the last two games, but you know, the couple of games before that, they weren't really knocking down the threes and stuff like they should be doing. But last night they did, and the game before that they did.
well, and I feel like that Memphis game too last Friday kind of gave the bench guys a lot of confidence to come back from 16 in
Oh
the
yeah,
fourth quarter
because
like
no
they
one was
did.
playing. Yeah,
Because none of the stars are playing, so I feel like that kind of gave them a lot more confidence as well.
Are we ready to move on from the we should be absolutely worried about the Spurs and the playoffs conversation?
I've been ready for that. Man, they got to. I mean, they're going to be the 2 or the 3 seed. They're going to have to get to the West Finals.
Yeah.
Like,
and
they're going to have to get there. It's not that
I
this is going to be a first round matchup.
I love the guys that we work with. They've been doing radio since before you and I were born. They know how to do it whole lot better than we do.
Yeah.
Right. But to just, kind of lose our minds about the fact that the Thunder can't beat a team that they might not play in the playoffs was a little bit too much for me. I mean, last year they lost 3 games to the Minnesota Timberwolves. T-Bag, you remember what happened in the Western Conference Finals? The Thunder beat the hell out of the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many? There's 2 series just off the top of my head where in 2016 the Spurs swept the Thunder 4-0 in the regular season. The Thunder won that series in the second round in 2016. 2019, the Thunder swept the Trailblazers in the regular season, lost in 5. With the Dame shot. That's just 2 examples in my head. I'm sure it's happened more for the Thunder, let alone all around the NBA. And also, if you're to listen to these guys, you think in the first round they're playing Houston, the second round's Denver, and the third round Spurs. It's set in stone. That's the Thunder's path. Like, no. Like, right now, it'd be like the Warriors in the first round, which is obviously tough, Steph Curry, but
the Thunder have handled the Warriors just fine.
Second round would be like the Timberwolves, who they beat in 5 last year. And then it's going to be the Spurs or the Nuggets. It's like, okay, what? Like, yeah, the Western newsflash, the Western Conference Finals is going to be probably the toughest matchup of the playoffs you're going to have.
Yeah,
which one of those teams has to get there.
Yeah, last year that wasn't the case. It was Denver, and then obviously the finals. Yeah. But yeah, I think the Thunder are going to avoid San Antonio and Denver until at least the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, keep winning, boys. I'm Spurs and Nuggets fans in the regular season. Like, keep winning, get that 2-3 seed, battle each other in the second round. Let the Thunder play the Lakers in the second round. Sweep Luka. Talk bleep to all my Mavs friends. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, which the Lakers are on a bit of a rough stretch right now.
Yeah,
as well. But the NBA is heating up. It's fun. We actually on Monday we have a 1:30 tip off in the afternoon.
Yeah. Got to get my early nap in.
I know no one else is probably happy about that, but as someone that has to work the games, I am ecstatic. That means that I will be home when the sun is up.
I'm sure Traber's pumped. Doesn't have to work on Monday.
Yeah. Well, he might because I'm trying to think when
we should have him join Matt Pinto as his color analyst. I'm sure
that
will go well.
Hell will freeze over. That happens. Hell will freeze over. All right, let's move on to college basketball.
Oh, let's be quick with it.
And we will, because I'll be honest, T-Bag, the last college basketball game I watched was Bedlam. I do not care about college basketball until March. You do care about college basketball before March. No, I'm not saying you're
I care about OSU. Yeah, I care about OSU and like around the Big 12.
I cared about none of it at all. I'll start watching around like conference tournament season to get a grasp on who might be good in March, but I don't care at all about college basketball. So your thoughts on what happened last night here in the state of Oklahoma?
Well, yeah. So I was like, OSU has a really big game against Baylor. Like, this would be a massive win if they were to get it done. I checked the score 10 minutes into the game, like 10 game minutes into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're down 20. One's over. Baylor was shooting 70% from the field, like 57% from 3. And then it just never stopped. OC kind of climbed back a little. Granted, I was at the Thunder game, so I was scoreboard watching. And then I was like, oh, let's check in on the Sooners. And then they were down 30. They were down 30 at halftime. And I was sitting there and I was like, ooh, not a pretty day for college basketball in this state. Yeah. If the Thunder lose, might get rough. And then the Thunder obviously turned in the second half. And I tweeted with like a minute and a half left in the game. I was like, hey, boy, I was like, Thunder had a big one tonight. Let's just forget college basketball ever happened in the state tonight. But for the OSU front, I know OU has Alabama this weekend. That kind of feels like a make or break year or make or break game. And then for OSU, they have Kansas State at home this weekend. Kansas State's not good. Guess what time the tip is, Preston, by the way? In Stillwater.
What day?
Saturday.
Saturday, is it like, I don't know, 10 a.m.?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. in Stillwater?
9 p.m. in Stillwater. It's
opposite.
Kansas State.
Ugh.
Right?
Is that on the Plus?
I think CBS Sports Network.
Oh, okay.
But
they don't have the deal with ESPN Plus anymore, do they?
No, they do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, OSU has games on it. At least they have like 2 or 3 games. I don't know what the deal is. You have to beat Kansas State. If you're an NCAA tournament team, OSU, which I think you're very fringe. I think you're a very fringe tournament team if you are. But if you are an NCAA tournament team, you have to beat Kansas State at home this weekend. There's nothing else to say about it.
Yeah.
So that's college basketball for you.
Well, I do have a couple more questions. What are the crowds like in Stillwater for these games?
Last night was the best crowd they've had probably all season because the students are back.
Yeah.
I think they might have started school.
I'm just curious, I guess, because we all know it's very public that Oklahoma has an issue with people showing up for their basketball games, whether that be they are good or bad at the moment. So I'm just trying to figure out why that might be. I personally think just college basketball isn't as watchable as it was 10, 15 years ago. It's especially if you're more into the NBA like myself, it's just so hard to watch.
That's the thing.
College basketball these days.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and portal doesn't help
just,
now.
Yeah.
The problem with OSU is in hindsight's 2020. I'm never going to criticize them for in the prime years of Eddie Sutton. When they're selling it out left and right.
Well, yeah, and it was completely
expanding
different back then.
OSU expanded. I mean, that's a 14,000 seat arena for college. That's way too big. So and they've added the curtain this year, which is easy to make fun of. I get, and I'm not going to fight against anyone that makes fun of it. But I do think it makes it look better because it forces everyone to be closer together, and it makes the crowd look bigger. And then you kind of have half the upper deck curtained off. So they started doing that, but that Gallagher Ave is just way too big.
Yeah. I remember in college, I would, again, I think we had this conversation last week, or maybe it was Sam and I that had it, taking a night class. I would ditch, by the way, don't ever take night classes, kids, if you're about to go to college. Never do that because you will not
sounds
go.
great. And then people are going out on Wednesday. You're like, wait, what?
You will not go. There'll be a basketball game or something that you want to go to.
Yeah, you'll get accidentally hired. You'll accidentally hit the bong or something. And shit.
But I would ditch class and I would go watch Buddy Hield play down at Lloyd Noble Center because I wanted to be there and I wanted to watch that team play. It's just college basketball. I've lost college basketball in that way, I guess. And maybe I know it's not just me. Obviously, there's a lot of people around here and around the country that are the same way. I just don't find it as entertaining until March.
It's not. It's not a good product. It's not.
Yeah.
But I think the thing with me, Preston, is OSU basketball is my first love because they were. I was 5 years old when they went to the Final Four with Eddie Sutton. That was my first kind of core OSU memory. And it was OSU basketball whenever I was an early kid. So it was my first love. So I think it's just one of those things where I can't quit it. I should, but I can't.
And see, I never had that. I started liking college basketball around when Blake Griffin was at Oklahoma into when Buddy Hield was there. And since then I've just lost it due to the Thunder and the NBA and all kinds of other stuff going on.
If there's a Thunder game and an OSU basketball game on my TV at the same time, unless OSU is really good.
Yeah.
I'm Thunder's on the TV. I'm listening to Chris and Michael. I'm not listening I'm not listening to Fran Fraschilla.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we wrap this thing up?
Hopefully this time next week we're still talking Chicago Bears football. That'll make me really happy.
We'll see. Big matchup. When is that? Sunday
Sunday
night?
At 5:30. Yep, it's the last game.
Okay.
Go wait all weekend.
So last one up, you'll have to wait all weekend.
I'm going to the lake again to just get drunk. I've just found myself going either to Dallas or the lake, like the last 4 weekends of my life.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just like escape and just go get drunk.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with going to the lake and having a good time, even in the winter when you're just like in the cabin or whatever.
I was literally joking with my roommate. I was like, when I was a kid, I'd be like, why would you ever go to the lake in the wintertime? Like, that sounds horrible. Now that I'm an adult, it's like, no, it sounds awesome. It's just a new scene to go get drunk at.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back either later in the week or early next week at some point because the Thunder keep playing every other day here in this month.
Yeah, I feel bad for you right now. I feel bad for everyone involved, the player, because it's quite literally every other day.
Every other day. Other day. So we'll tweet out whenever we're going to be live, though. So, all right, that'll do it for us. Everyone be safe. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you on the other side. See you.